whenever you are alone, whenever you are heartbroken, and whenever many things in your life don't get succeeded, it is for a very big cause. It is for a very big reason. So I experienced that kind of void in my life when I was very alone inside, when I had seen a number of failures in my life. After dedicating a lot of my time and energy, I've pushed myself to people so that I can talk to them. I can let myself feel that embarrassment. Okay, I'm embarrassed, I don't know English, this is I am, but I want to learn. So in this video we are going to talk about fears. So now we all have some kind of fears in our heart, and we all are fearful of something or another thing. At some level we think that, okay, this is something which I find extremely difficult to do, and because of this thing, a lot of things are there which I am not able to do in my life. So certainly there are many things which we are all apprehensive of, but there are some fears which are more grave in nature. They have a certain traumatic notion about them, and because of them we are not actually open up our personalities. We are not actually able to live the life that we want to live. So we are going to talk about those grave fears in this video. So let's get started. So before I proceed, I would like to share my own experience with how I handled my fears. So when I was a teenager, I was very fearful of not one or two things, but many things. I was fearful of interacting with people. I was fearful of speaking in English. I was fearful of putting across my opinions, and I was fearful of being myself. And when I was a teenager, there was a time when I realized that I am not good for anything. I am good for nothing. And that was just not a thinking process, but it became such a sad feeling in my heart that I used to stay upset for most of the time. I was good in the class, but then I had not the clarity about my life, and I was not sure about the person I was. So the confident side of me was because of the fact that I was very studious and hardworking. So that was one quality which was there in me. But other than that, I was very, very underconfident, a very bland kind of personality I used to have. Okay, so when I grew up, I realized that this is not going to help me. So how long will I be able to live my life like this? So I will have to work on my fears. So whether it was about speaking English, or whether it was about having interactions with people, or being on stage, I was very fearful of being on stage too. So I started pushing myself ahead, and it took me not an instant moment, but a really long period of time to understand myself and accept my fears. I was not even accepting them. So I acknowledged them, accepted them, and then I started working on them. And gradually, it was again, your fears become so real that you start believing in them, and you start believing that they are actually a tangible factor in your life, and there is no life beyond them. So that was the case with me. I used to actually consider them very real, very big, and I used to feel like there is no life beyond them. So this is the stopping point, and I cannot step over them. So that was the feeling I used to have in my heart. But gradually I decided, no, this is not going to be the case with me, and I have to work on them. And that's what I did. It was a terrible feeling initially. I used to feel very scared. I used to feel petrified. My body would not accept me working on my fears. But despite everything that happened to me or my mind, I decided, no, I have to speak English now. No, I have to learn this skill now. I have to interact with people now. So it's enough of excuses, enough of being fearful. It's enough of all that stuff. Now I have to go ahead in my life, because I have been that person in the past also that liked to have conversations with people. I always wanted to be an outspoken person. Whenever I would have a glance at somebody who was very loud in terms of their personalities, and who were very vocal in terms of their opinions, I would fall for them. I would actually be in total awe of their personalities. But then when I look at my own self, I wanted to be like them, but I was nowhere close to that kind of personality. So I decided, I was very firm for this, and I decided to overcome all my fears step by step, and I did. I won't say that I have come very far in my life, that I don't feel fearful of anything. That's not the case. Of course, we all do. We all feel that jitter in our stomach before having a conversation with someone, or there are certain things that we feel hesitant about. These things are still a part of my life, but then these things are not stopping me from going forward in my life. So that is what I'm really sure about. So that was my experience with fears. I can tell you this one thing for sure, that you have to take actions on your fears. You have to take actions on whatever you feel fearful about. And this actually enables you to dissipate your fears, mitigate your fears. And when you do something which you are very fearful of, when you do something that very particular thing on repeat, one after another, one episode after another, there would be a point when you will stop getting fearful about that thing. So this is one case. But I'll tell you, before you take action on your fears, you have to actually do reconditioning to your thoughts. So that's what I did to myself. And you know what, I would like to mention this thing in this video. Whenever things don't work in your life, whenever you are alone, whenever you are heartbroken, and whenever many things in your life don't get succeeded, it is for a very big cause. It is for a very big reason. So I experienced that kind of void in my life when I was very alone inside, when I had seen a number of failures in my life. After dedicating a lot of my time and energy, a lot of my skill, I had faced a lot of failures. But I think that void came into my life so that I could work on my fears. So I utilized that particular period when there was just void. I worked on myself during that period. So I reconditioned myself. And how did I do that? I read a number of self-help books. And I won't say that I actually went through a big number of books. I stuck to the pages I read, and I reread the pages I liked about that self-help content. So there were books like The Universe Has My Back. It changed my life. Literally, it gave me that confidence that you have to believe in yourself and the universe is going to be with you. And after that book, I read this book, The Magic of Thinking Big. And this book, I read this book twice, and this book did a miraculous work to me, because it really touched upon those areas in my life which were never spoken about. So after reading that book, I could actually assess myself on those particular points which I had never spoken before to anyone. So I got to realize that, okay, this is something which I need to work upon, and this is something that people through books talk about, and it gave me a lot of confidence. I could work on my personality. I could bring those particular areas to focus which I had neglected in the past for a very long time. And after that, I also read Power of Subconscious Mind. These books in combination worked on my personality, and it gave me that confidence that I can work on my fears. And I also listened to a number of TEDx talks, a big number of TEDx talks. So I prepared my subconscious so that I can work on my fears. And maybe I did it unconsciously. That was not a plan. I was not even aware that I am working on my fears. But I found and I sensed a kind of lightness in my actions. So when I did it subconsciously, like when I did that mental work, it gave me that sense of relief and a sense of lightness. And after that, maybe yes, when it was the first time when I worked on a particular fear of mine, it might be a terrible feeling. But afterwards, on my second attempt, third attempt, it became easier for me. And I started feeling and realizing a sense of peace and a sense of relief. And after that, I noticed that, okay, the world is at your disposal. This world is really nice. and supportive and kind to you. The only person who is not kind to yourself is you. You don't become kind to your own self. So that's what I learned during that particular period, which when in that period was when I could see nothing working out for me. But maybe it came to my life because it had to teach me a greater lessons. So yeah, work on your subconscious. Teach yourself that nothing is impossible. These fears, whatever fear you have in your life, may be related to your spoken English, or maybe related to your, it could be anything, maybe related to a relationship, or maybe related to your career, or a skill, or anything, any learning. So whatever it is, you have to teach yourself that it is not bigger than you. The walls of fears are not real. You create them, and if you can create them, you can destroy them too. So you have that power. So start working on your subconscious and believe that you can do this. If you have created these fears, or it has become a part of your life because of any other reason too, you have the power to destroy them. This is not permanent. Its association is more because of your thought process. You think about your fears, you make them real, and they become real in your life. And if you think nothing is there, nobody can stop you, nothing can stop you, and that exact thought will take the form of reality. After you prepare your subconscious, you have to take action on your fears. So whenever there is this chance, there is this opportunity, you have to take advantage of it for your own self. So whenever you think, okay, I am very hesitant to speak with people or interact with people in English. So whenever you think that this is a chance for you, this is an opportunity for you, and you can perform in this particular opportunity, take advantage of that opportunity. Don't let it go. Don't just let it go like this. This meager opportunity can become a breakthrough for you. So you can actually take advantage of it, and it can become a great historic moment in your life. I'm sure you would have a number of experiences in your childhood where you have performed something, or you have sung a song, or you have danced because someone insisted you. These kind of things, like, right? And you remember them for life because it does some kind of magic to us, right? It stays with you. So that meager opportunity later becomes a historic moment for you. So build that historic moment for yourself whenever you find a chance, you find an opportunity. Don't let it just go like that without taking advantage of it. So that's one thing. And third thing, don't feel that you have committed a mistake and you should stop. Making mistakes is a tendency. We all do that. But what sets us apart from the rest is how lightly you take your mistakes, and what big things you can learn from them. So this particular thing can actually set you apart from the rest of the public. So you don't have to think that if you have done a mistake, it's a blunder. You have committed a mistake, that's completely fine. But are you able to learn something out of your mistake? Can you teach yourself something out of it? That is a deal. So whenever you commit a mistake, by mistake, don't think that you have done a blunder, that you have committed a blunder. It's okay. There is always a room for improvement. There is always more opportunities waiting for you. There is always a lot of doors after this particular one. And you can always learn from your mistakes. Your mistakes means you should learn from them. If you will not commit any mistake, you will not have the chance to learn anything. So I think in this video I would have made a number of mistakes, but that's fine. My purpose is not to come across as someone who doesn't make mistakes. I am okay with my mistakes, but my purpose is that I should be able to share my experience with you all. Very personal experience that I had with my fears. So I wanted to share that experience with you. So if I am able to do that, and if I am able to touch even 10% of that area of your life which is really affected by fears, that is a win-win for me. So what kind of mistakes I commit doesn't matter for me. I am all set for learning. I want to improve, I want to learn, and the learning will always and only follow after I commit mistakes, when I become okay with them, and when I become normal about them. Today, think about, what are you fearful about? So whatever it is, give yourself a chance to work upon that fear. And trust me, you will feel victorious. You will feel like you have conquered your fear, and it's such a nice feeling, because I have done it. I have pushed myself onto the stage. I have pushed myself to people so that I can talk to them. I can let myself feel that embarrassment. Okay, I'm embarrassed. I don't know English. This is I am, but I want to learn. And maybe I'll feel 5 times that embarrassment. I'll get to learn about how to talk to that person, how to initiate the conversation with the person. So yeah, I hope this video helps you in your career or in your personality building, personality development in any area. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please show me more love. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also do comment about your fears, and yeah, we can have a discussion around your comments. Thank you so much.